There's a castle I keep seeing in the distance. It's quiet, glowing, untouched. That castle, it's my dream product, the one I want to launch. Maybe even the one that'll finally break me out of the rat race. Sometimes I picture myself already inside it. I'm rich, a multimillionaire, retired, lounging in a marble-floored mansion, sipping coffee that costs more than a freelancer's monthly retainer. All thanks to coding. That's the fantasy, right? It's the movie I play in my head every time I crack open a new JavaScript tutorial. And I know I'm not the only one. Somewhere deep down, I'm convinced my millions are locked behind a glowing digital gate, and the key? Learning how to code. Maybe you feel the same, but here's the twist. The reality of coding, the actual day-to-day grind, isn't exactly what those digital nomad in Bali reels promise. In truth, coders are often one Stack Overflow post away from an anxiety attack, ambushed by frameworks, updates, hot trends, and cooler acronyms we haven't even learned yet. It never ends. From JavaScript to CSS, from logic to layout, from dreams to debugging, a coder's brain turns into a battlefield. Here's what happened to me. I finally conquered JavaScript, but by the time I did, I completely had forgotten CSS. So I went back. 3 months more of brushing up, not building, not launching, not circling, hopping tutorials like a rabbit on Red Bull, thinking, maybe this language will be easier, maybe that one will give me an edge. No, pause. This right here is why beginner devs like me, and maybe you, never launch anything. Because we're too busy preparing to begin, too stuck in perfecting to actually publish. In this video, I'm going to talk about the real reasons stopping us, the invisible barriers, the shiny distractions, the sneaky fear of not being enough. Maybe you'll see yourself in this. Maybe together, we'll stop rehearsing and finally start conquering. Because the dream isn't dead, it's just waiting for us to hit deploy. So, here's my first obstacle. Deployment. Alright, so I've built a product, I've built a project, a calculator, maybe a dashboard, maybe even a blog with a fancy hero section, but now what? I have no clue how to deploy that crap. And here's the kicker. I'm the founder of a tech company. Yup, let that irony sink in. I started a tech company, barely knew how the tech works, classic founder move. At my company, we have got a server guy. He handles the crashes, solves the bugs, talks in ancient scrolls and server logs. But when he explains things to me, it's like someone speaking fluent French while I'm stuck trying to pronounce croissant. Or worse, he shows me error reports that might as well be prehistoric cave drawings. And I sit there, nodding, pretending, dying inside, and it overwhelms me. It triggers fear, and I don't like fear. So I made a choice. I want to learn this. Not just to cut down on pricey server consultations, though yes, that's a bonus, but to finally understand what happens when things go wrong. When the app crashes, when the site breaks, when the log starts vomiting red. That's a long road. For now, I just want to deploy something. Anything. One button, one it's live moment. Because without responsive design and deployment, your projects are just digital art pieces sitting on your desktop, collecting invisible dust for no one but you to admire. And now comes the third base. It's a little embarrassing actually to reveal this one because it's something every coder should know, but I don't. Not because I skipped the class, but because I never even had a classroom. I'm self-taught. And this next part, this one's personal because this next obstacle is GitHub. Okay. Let's say I finally get responsive design working. Let's say I even deploy my project like a boss. Now what? What if I want to add new features? Test things, break things, unbreak things. Well, I can't exactly scribble my code updates into a diary, right? Dear JavaScript, today I added a dark mode toggle. It was emotional. No, I need version control. A system where I can create branches, push changes, pull updates, and keep the madness organized. Because if I keep launching updates directly onto the live server and one day something breaks and I can't figure out what, oh boy, I am going to be stuck wading through a sea of spaghetti code, staring at ancient variable names like some detective in a Netflix docuseries like, hey, who did this? Spoiler alert, it was me. It's always me because I work alone. Cue another anxiety attack. So yeah, GitHub. I need to figure that out too. I mean, I know it's not that hard. But the sheer idea of branches, merges, conflicts, staging areas, it makes me feel like I'm joining a software cult with its own commandments. But maybe I'm overthinking. If I am, feel free to roast me in the comments. Consider this as an open invitation. Still, there is this base that I have to cover. Without version control, it's like playing Jenga in a windstorm. And after GitHub, well, we all know what the next base is. It's not glamorous, it's not technical. But it's the real reason we're here, isn't it? Monetization. Because we don't want to just launch, we want to launch and get paid. So the next obstacle is monetization, paywalls, and Google Ads. Alright, let's say I've finally got my bases covered. Responsive design, done. Deployment, done. Version control, done. Now comes the big one. How the hell do I make money from all of this? That's the question that echoes louder than my empty Stripe dashboard. Sure, I've had some thoughts. Maybe I could use gamified paywalls, give people some tokens or credits upfront and then nudge them towards a paid plan once they run out. Like those AI sites that say you've got 10 free generations left, so choose wisely. It's manipulative. It's genius. It works. But how do they even build that? User authentication, token allocation logic, payment gateways, pricing model security. I don't know any of it. And by the time I ask myself all of this, I am already curled up in a fetal position. This video is giving me anxiety, and I'm the one making it. Still, I know if I crack this part, I won't just have a product, I'll have a business. Something amazing, something sellable, something scalable, something that might just break the matrix and free me. And sure, if all else fails, there's always the classic move. Slap some Google ads on your site. But even that isn't simple. You've got to learn where to place the ad containers, what type of ads convert, how many ads are just enough before your site starts looking like a digital junkyard. So yeah, monetization. It's not just the final boss, it's the treasure chest at end of this long pixelated quest. And if I can learn it, own it, build it into everything I create, then maybe, just maybe, that mansion dream won't be a fantasy anymore. It'll be a launch away. Now, when I look at the map, I honestly don't know what other territories lie beyond this point. They're still fogged out, they're still in the dark, like the Age of Empires game unexplored territories. Could be SEO, it could be SPA routing, could be scraping or some beast I haven't even named yet. But for now, these four: responsive design, deployment, version control, and monetization. These are the real walls between me and my first product. And I'm glad I can see that little thing clearly. Because once you name the dragon, you can start learning how to slay it. So that's the plan. One base at a time, one problem at a time, one solution at a time. Stacking slow wins while circling back to rebuild the home base. Stronger, cleaner, smarter. Now, these are my obstacles. What are yours? What's stopping you from launching your first thing? Drop it in the comments, let the community help, because maybe, just maybe, someone's already conquered that base you're stuck on. And maybe you've got the idea they have been waiting for. So don't fight this war alone. Don't let your code gather dust in the shadows of isolation. There's so much to learn as beginner coders. If you are starting young, awesome. You've got the time to play a long game. But if you're starting at 37 like me, let's be real. It feels like trying to storm the castle with a wooden spoon. Still, it's doable. Because coding, like any great campaign, doesn't reward speed. It rewards strategy, patience, deliberate steps. Slow is smooth and smooth is fast. And maybe, just maybe, we're closer than we think.